right down at light 7, Black River entrance.
Roger for your mom. Steve Michigan, MPH Carousel, rejected. Serial and south of the line.
All right, received. Thank you.
Okay, just let me get rid of the emoji. And pin the invite too. Okay. Hey, Jackson Gaming, how you doing? How's Mr. Tim tonight? So what's new with you, Joe? Anything?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I didn't go fly.
No?
Yeah, I didn't go fly. I was doing something else. I can't remember what I was doing. I was doing some changing some stuff to my channel. I looked up and I didn't feel like going out there.
Did you hear anything from
Nothing yet.
your insurance?
Nothing yet.
Huh.
Yeah, like I said, it took them about 36 hours to contact me the first time. So I'm thinking it's gonna be basically the same type of thing.
Okay.
It's being looked at. That's the good news. It's under review. And they got my statements already, so they may not even need me.
Oh, Jackson, Tim Jackson is enjoying his new gaming logo. He says Donald did a super job.
Yeah, he did.
That's great.
Not up there. I'm going through emails and I don't see any emails from them. So
Nothing, huh?
Morning, all.
Hey, there he is.
morning.
Dominic.
You usually come in and say evening, and I say morning, and you say morning.
Yeah.
Uh,
How is everybody?
Good, Dominic. How are you doing?
Cold.
Is it really chilly down there?
45 Celsius.
Oh my.
45 Fahrenheit. I wish it was 45 Celsius.
I was about to say 45 Celsius is like 100.
Yeah.
15. I've been there, done that before. Not the first time. Yeah. Cold, wet, and windy.
We got a pattern going right now here, where the what you call it, it's coming down like Yucatan Peninsula, straight across to where Justin's at in Florida, and the sucker's going straight across, and they got back to back systems going that way.
Wow.
So he's going to have rain for a few days.
Yeah.
Justin wants to know where, quote unquote, where Dickhead is. He's talking about Justin.
Well, I knew that was Justin. That was no doubt. Yeah.
It's 7 degrees Celsius for those playing at home. Because Tim said he's 10.
That was without doubt.
Yeah.
And so we've got one system hitting Florida right now, down a little west of Miami. They got 11 inches of rain.
Really?
And then they got another system coming off of the Yucatan that's going to hit that way again. And
Well,
next
didn't you
week they're
say
going to have the same
that
thing.
your area can flood very easily, or?
Well, that rain we got coming, like I told y'all, I showed y'all the other day, that system that was going to come in. Now they're saying, hey, the 16, 17, 18, we're going to have rain. Yeah, I knew that a week ago. You know, I've been here how many years? Like 69 years, you know. And they had a guy, his name was Nash Roberts. He was the weather guy. When he retired, anytime a storm came and they were really worried about it, they called Nash. And he'd come back and he'd come out with his little chalkboard and just mark it and say, this is where it's going to go. And he put a mark and
Hello,
the storm would
Daryl.
go right over it.
Welcome, Daryl. Welcome.
That's how good he was.
Hey, pick up the phone, you're bored next time.
So let me grab my Marine Corps son.
Oh boy, I'm gonna pin this. This is what Daryl just put in. Share. DJI bands makes it through committee 57-1.
There's still more levels to go.
That's not good news.
It's not good, but it's when the FCC.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but it's just not good. You know, why are they picking on drones? You got people coming across the border by the hundreds of thousands of people. We've gotten almost what is it, almost 8 or 9 million illegal immigrants in our country now. And they're all on the dole. They're all being paid for by our government.
Yep.
By Dickhead Joe.
Yep. It's always a lively group here. And here comes David.
Oh, I'm not deaf.
How is everything?
One of those days.
I just read your Facebook post
Which one?
about trying to go out and get a pizza.
Oh, what a night.
For a dull moment there.
Yeah. Woke up this morning about your negative results. Negative results? Yeah, you need to come and see us. Okay. When? Where? Orset. Nah, not today. Too far out. No. You need to come and see us today. Panic mode. Panic mode. Laura, get dressed. We gotta go. Gotta go. Running around like an idiot. Gets on the bus. Gets all the way to Orset. Yeah, everything's fine. It's just a follow-up from January. If we didn't see you today, you'd go down as a negative result from for the hospital, and we can't have that, so we needed to see you today. Nobbins. Absolute. So, was not impressed with that. And then when I asked about the blood test results from Monday, don't want to stress you out too much, but slight negative results. But the other doctor will need to speak to you. Can't tell you anything more than that. They'll be in touch. So you de-stress me, re-stress me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then what could possibly go wrong? I want a fucking pizza. Smell burning. Oh, look, flat's on fire. Oh, look, that woman's being taken away in the ambulance. Bye. Goes round the corner. Smell gas. Fucking serious gas leak. Then we go around the other corner to see a car crash. I mean, of all things. Got my pizza. Yum, yum. And then on the way home, the what they call the Pitsea flyover, which is the main road over the top of Pitsea, is now like a waterfall. It's like the Niagara Falls. Yeah. It's a bridge. It's not supposed to have water up there. So nobody knows where the water's coming from, but it's flowing over the top. And it's not raining.
Hello.
It's not raining, so it's not that. Hey, David, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, just explaining it. And then goes around the corner. There's the gas man. He's in blind panic because he's located the gas leak. He's turned off the gas supply. And then he can still smell gas. He turns round and the little shits have broken into the empty flats that they're going to knock down and smashed all the gas pipes. So they're blurring out gas. And there's two of them flats are still occupied until they move out in the next couple of weeks, and then they're going to be bulldozed. Yeah. So the kids have obviously tried to kill somebody. Because if they'd have turned on a light switch or sparked up a cigarette, I had no eyebrows. Or hair. Or
Hi, Paul, Joe, David, Dominic.
Hey, how you doing, Mark? And then it took me over an hour to sign back up to Amazon Prime. Because Amazon thinks I'm a student now. I am not a student. I don't want your student discount, and I don't want all your student offers. No, I don't want to join any Amazon dating. No, I don't want any of that crap. Piss off. I'm an adult. I'm 47. Go away with your student. Now, you're a student. Sake.
tried being honest with them, and they're looking at the woman was like, "What are you complaining about? You're getting it cheaper." Yes, but I don't want you pestering me with adverts for girls I don't want to meet. I don't want your Amazon dating. I don't want your Amazon student. Go away with that.
Yeah.
The long shot is I bought my stuff and they're going to refund me my postage. When Laura took her watch back and the shop was like, can't be stolen. It is stolen. He then tries to connect his phone to it, to which it flashed up and says, this watch is stolen and the police are on the way.
Yeah.
Done it now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
And where was that from? CEX?
No, cash converters.
Ah,
Oh.
Don't even go there, Tim Jackson. Amazon game dating is a new thing.
Well,
If students-
Timothy loves his new logo.
Tim loves his new logo.
Yeah, his gaming logo.
That's good. Very likes it.
Oh, that's good.
I will, if he requires, I shall send him a note to say that I renounce all rights to it. It's his. I don't care. I want nothing to do with it. Shouldn't need it.
Yep.
AI midget. Go on. Do explain.
Yeah.
What the hell? Does that mean
Yeah,
I
fill us in.
is an AI midget? What the?
Everybody's got a fetish. We shouldn't be king shaming people.
You can have a fetish, but AI midget? Isn't that just like like a mini computer with AI built in or something?
Probably.
How's Laura doing, David?
Laura, how you doing? Fine.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good to hear.
She's a lot happier because when I said to the guy at Cash Converters, don't worry, if I get arrested for receiving stolen property from you guys, you're going to get arrested for handling stolen property.
Good point.
And his response was, it won't come to that. We're going to give you the more expensive watch at the same price. Oh, how nice. So Laura's happy.
Good. You
She
gotta
got the
keep her. You gotta keep her happy.
She
David.
got the next watch up.
that's good.
I'm not happy because now I've got a peck in my head. This watch can have an eSIM. It can have an eSIM. It can have an eSIM. I am not paying for a fucking eSIM.
Yeah.
Can have what it wants. It's not having an eSIM.
Shouldn't it? It should just connect to her phone.
It does. But you can also pay a little extra and have an eSIM. So even if you leave your phone at home, you can still receive
use
calls on your
what?
watches.
Right.
Yeah. Let's be honest. This is Laura. When has she ever put her phone down?
Yeah.
Right? The moment she wakes up, she's on the phone. We're on the bus, she's on the phone. I'm in the hospital, she's on the phone. She goes to the toilet, she's on the phone. It's like, put the darn thing down.
Well, the question I have, David, it's been we're on Wednesday. Which kids are coming for the weekend?
None.
Huh?
None.
I think that'll probably change.
Nope, it will not. None. Zero. Gazito. None. Zilch.
Those are your
Whatever you
little
want to call
buddies.
it, none. Not happening.
Yeah, but those are your little buddies.
Yeah. Matthew's become a little shit. he's on the verge of being killed by his older sister Hannah. Rebecca has gone into weird mode, so she's not coming. Hannah came at the weekend and decided she doesn't like it here, will come again soon. So she's not coming. And Amber is going away on a residential, which is like your little church holiday things that they do in the summer camps. So she's not coming.
I'll be
So
right
I'm
back,
going to-
guys. Mia wants to get fed, you know. It's the funny thing about it. It's dinner time at the zoo.
So I'm just going to enjoy a nice, peaceful weekend. Yep, that's what I was doing. Narrow. Making sure that Paul understood. None, zero, zilch. If I knew what it was in other languages, I'd say the same. Oh, and while we're all here, I need to ask you all a favour. I need you all to get a tissue and spare a thought for our Prime Minister, who is richer than the King of England, richer than most people in England, because as a child, he didn't have Sky TV. Please spare a thought for him. Must have been,
Oh, only because Sky TV didn't exist then.
but it must have been terrible. I mean, we won't go down that route that it didn't exist back then, but you know, must have been terrible for him. Does make you wonder, doesn't it? That's a point. I went on a scratch card today and I just realised 2 symbols are a pair of boobs. I think it's supposed to be a bikini. Might not want to cash that one in now. So how's your day been, Mark?
Quiet. I've been watching the practice rounds for the US Open
That starts on Thursday, doesn't it?
tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
Which is Thursday.
Uh-huh.
I see, I was right.
Yep.
I just don't remember you saying Thursday. I didn't want to say this Thursday or next Thursday in case I got the wrong Thursday.
Yeah, they pretty much all start on a Thursday. Oh my God. There's a Sinclair C5 on Facebook Marketplace for 850 quid.
Ooh, bargain. Hey, Donald.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Don.
Okay.
Good evening. I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I've given the council until tomorrow afternoon to come and sort this door out. And if they don't, I'm taking a surplus saw to it. They've been told in the email. So if they don't fucking come tomorrow, the surplus saw's coming out and I'm going to fucking chop the bastard thing up. I will get in that cupboard.
It's an internal door, I take it.
Yeah, it's a cupboard door, but they blocked it off with the shower rail.
Mm.
With my disabled shower rail. And it was like, that's not a clever idea. You know, because to be honest, I don't need a shower rail that covers the whole freaking bathroom. No, could you not just move it over a little bit? No. So it only opened slightly. So tomorrow it'll be no more. Donald, have you seen how Tim's channel looks now?
Yeah, channel looks great. It's like putting diamond plating on a pile of shit.
That's not very nice. I think it looks good, Tim. And I'm glad that you was able to win a game today, proving that Justin is the one holding you back.
Oh, did Tim win a game?
Yeah, which proves that Justin is the one holding him back. Because Justin was busy.
I'm guessing he kicked those 12-year-olds' asses.
He might have done.
There might have been 7-year-olds in there too.
I think you have to be 13, don't you, to play Fortnite?
Mm-hmm.
And Chicago died.
Oh, he won 4. See? He won 4, so it's Justin's fault.
They were 4-year-olds. I know, Jack. Tim plays 28-year-olds. But they're all 8. All 20 of them. Good. I just copied all my footage over that I shot today. Looks good. That'll be a decent edit.
Oh, and the one more thing that pissed me off today, I got a portable monitor screen from Cash Converters. Should have been £189. I got it, 30 quid. Bargain. I plugged my phone in, right? And it comes on the monitor screen. It's like, yes, I can play all my stuff on my phone on a bigger screen now. And then the phone went, oh, there's an update for this. It don't fucking work no more. Cheers, Samsung.
That went from sugar to shit, didn't it?
It did. Which is why I had to get Amazon Prime back to buy an adapter to make it work.
Well, how are you former drone flyers feel now? I can't believe that thing is passing through all shit.
It passed, did it?
Yeah, 57 to 1 in the committee.
Committee though. Still got at least 2 more levels to go.
Yeah, but the way that's going, you know.
Yeah, I suspect. I told you guys the other day I was pessimistic about it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, I have a plan. You need to get on Donald Trump and say, Mr. Trump, if you use a drone at all your rallies to get your message across, you know, use all your DJI drones doing all the fancy stuff. Yeah, you get your message across.
Or can't.
And then try and get him to unban them.
I personally think you're going after the wrong person. You shouldn't be going after the government. You should be going after Skydio. Skydio, I reckon, is causing it.
Yep, I do agree.
Who's Skydio?
Skydio's bought off a lot of the Congress people.
Yeah. Skydio is their DJI's competitor.
Skydio is the only drone manufacturer in America that used to do it for the consumer market, but then pulled out of it. And now only does, enterprise ones.
Yeah, government. And they're basically, I feel that they're the one lobbying Congress to ban DJI on the anti-China sentiment.
Well, it doesn't look like they'll be banning TikTok anymore.
Yeah, see, that fell.
Well,
even with the high rates of voting on those bills. That never went anywhere.
I think it's still going through, but I don't think it's going to go any further
Well,
because
they got so many years to divest, don't they?
yeah, but I don't think it's going to
You
happen.
talking about TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok. And I think the same thing with DJI. It'll take them 2 or 3 years for the for anything to get through.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
this is what's going to happen because Donald Trump is now on TikTok and he's actually said in one of his posts that if he gets back in power, he's going to block the ban on TikTok. I mean, we'll forget the fact that he's the fucker that started it, but you know.
It's
That's
all
only
political at the moment.
banned from Twitter.
It's good that you you know, you can use things for your own agenda, so
Yeah. As I said, it's political now.
it always has been political.
Well, the only thing I'm worried about is what it says right here. It says it was passed by Congress and all of this, da 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 da. It says FCC covered. They said they want to get it put on the FCC covered list. The communication list is designated equipment as security threats. If it can be added to the covered list, right? That means limited functionality. It means that they can restrict the ability to use communications essential for the drones to function. So they can tell DJI you can't transmit anymore. So the drones are going to transmit the drone will always transmit to the controller, but the person flying it is illegal.
Yes, you'll still be able to fly it, but it'll be illegal.
Yeah.
Joe,
Yeah.
Because the only way DJI can stop that is put out an update to brick it. Because if you got the update that makes it work, it's going to work until you change that update.
Well, I have an idea, Joe. You're going to have to get your 3D printer up and running, and you're going to have to call them XGI or something, and then put Made in America. Right? Print all these little stickers out, 3D things that people glue over the top of their DJI logos. You're going to make a killing, and then they're still ban the drones, but you know you're going to make a killing off it.
They'll get my drones out of my cold, dead hands. That's what they do. That's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous.
What I wonder is, and I don't know, what effect this is having on the actual new drones being sold in the United States right now. Is it
Nothing.
Is it an effect or no?
Nothing. It's not going to affect. It's still got to get signed by the president. You got probably another 6 months, 8 months, possibly. But I bet you they're going to try to push it through before the election.
That's only because Biden doesn't know what he's signing.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then it'll also have your transition period, which will be, like Dominic says, a couple of years, most likely.
Well, if they give me 5 years to fly the DJI drones I have, I'm good. You know, because in 5 years, hopefully somebody will have a better drone. But they probably won't.
Right. We'll have somebody step into the market, but
Well, all they need to do is just make an announcement, DJI does, that they're selling the company to somebody else, but just there's a way for them to still have ownership if it's being run by somebody else.
nope. Not according to the language of the law.
No. What
They
need to do,
they put that in there very broad as far as affiliated companies with CCP, which can be interpreted to include
Well, yeah, but
pass-through companies.
if CCP has a chain of companies around the world, one of those
it's affiliated.
companies-
It'd be affiliated. It would still be
Yeah,
an
but-
affiliated company, and the money would go back to the CCP, and they could say, okay, it's affiliated, so it's blocked there too.
Isn't this one just aimed at DJI though? Isn't it the other one that's aimed at all Chinese stuff?
I think it was all
Oh.
CCP on this one.
All Chinese drones.
Ah.
But they're bringing out DJI in particular.
Hmm.
So what you need to do is DJI has got to give somebody in the United States the license to be able to run the software from the United States. That's it. And say, we have nothing to do with it. It's all run right there.
Yep. DJI just needs to be a hardware company.
Hmm.
If they already took the first step, because I cannot upload a file right now to AirData. I got to take it off my. I got to download it and upload it, which is inconvenient to me. But
Well, Litchi and Maven are Chinese, are they? So can you still fly DJI drones using third-party apps?
I couldn't
That
tell you.
aren't DJI.
I don't know enough about it.
I'm guessing no, because those third-party apps are communicating directly with the drone. It's not software on the drone itself. And
I can bet you now there is some clever little shit somewhere sat in his bedroom, tapping away, generating something that as soon as this ban comes in place, he'll go, here's a workaround, put this software on your thing, your drone.
$49.99.
Drone hacks will be doing it already.
Yeah. You know they will.
Yeah, here's your software, $49.99 to run your drone.
Drone hacks already have a copy of the DJI Fly app for Europe that will allow it to run as the FCC mode.
It's a
To
bit
give-
like all the.
I wonder if that's going to get. Wonder if that's going to get banned because it's using the FCC mode.
I know, but it's like all the torrents and stuff. You know, the LimeWire and that. They put blocks on that. People found a workaround. They always will. Where there's a will, there's a way.
God, it's a long time since I've used.
but
What?
that will be the people who will find a way will be the people who are doing it as a hobby. Professionals will hang up their drones until we get
Right.
a legal version.
Hmm.
Because we don't want
Right.
to put our companies at risk. And you have to follow the rules even if we don't agree with them.
It is going to put a lot of people out of work, though.
Mm-hmm. Unless there's alternatives that show up that might be a little more expensive, but still the professionals will pony up to get those little more expensive drones that pass the standards. But until when? Until someone else in the government says, you know what? Let's go after those drones too.
Mm.
Well, what's next? Telephones?
Mhm.
Cell phone.
Anything they can. That's what's next. Whenever somebody gets a little pet peeve project irritation, they're gonna go at it, and yeah.
Dominic, is that your picture? Is that sunset or sunrise? Because right now it's morning over there. I'm just wondering.
Looks like sunset. Just because of the
Mhm.
orange, but
Yeah, Cool Cat, necessity is the mother of invention. I'll be out there with a 360 camera and a slingshot to get stuff I need.
helium balloon. Hey,
Hmm?
you can fly a helium balloon, they won't shoot it down.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah, we can just send balloons anywhere we want.
Yeah, just put Chinese markings on it. They'll leave it alone.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing how everybody is talking about these drone laws and everything like that. And everybody seems to ignore the fact that Insta360 are bringing out a new camera tomorrow.
Mhm.
The smallest 4K 360 camera. A new version
How many
of the
Chinese
Gold,
ports in that?
probably.
How many Chinese ports in that?
Well, Insta360 is Chinese, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. Shoot, they probably got Chinese ports in this coffee cup.
Yeah, probably made in China.
I would
That's what I'm
like for
thinking.
I would like for them because I'm sitting there since
They're made of
I'm
China.
kind of scared of buying a drone. I've been looking at the 360 cameras, although I can't really justify it since my Fusion's still working. But the Insta360 One, it's a few years old. They need another 1-inch 360 camera to come out. They need to update it.
The One RS, you mean?
Yes.
I've got the One R. And it's quite good because it's modular.
Hmm.
So you've got the battery you can take off. Then you've got the camera part of it is a small cube.
Hmm.
And then the lens part of it is another small cube goes next to it. And it's interchangeable from a single camera facing forward to a 360 camera facing both directions.
Hmm. But I thought the music was pretty good as well. I did.
Yeah. The
Usually-
X4 looks
I
like
think they
a
refer-
pretty decent camera, but from what I understand, it's not as good in low light as the
Yeah.
One
The
RS.
Ace one, I think the Ace is the one that's the best one in good light.
The which one?
The
Ace.
Insta360 Ace.
The Ace. Is that like a?
It's the one
That's a
that
professional,
came out,
isn't it?
I think it came out last year.
It's a 360 Ace. I know the X4. There was one that came out last year called an Ace. Oh, there it is, Insta360 Ace. But that's not. That's just a action camera. That isn't a full 360 camera.
All right.
Yeah, the 361 is the actual complete surround.
So
You've got two versions. You've got
Which
the
I think
R-
it's kind of they call themselves Insta360 and then they come out with that Ace, but it's not a 360 camera. It's kind of false advertising, isn't it?
yeah. Well, the one you've got the R and the RS,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got the twin, which
Andrew.
is the one that gives you both
Dominic.
lenses. And you've also got
Andrew,
a
What's up, Joe?
more extensive version of it as well of the lens.
Yeah, I've got a Kodak 360. It's quite a few years old. It still does a good job.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Fusion, it was still pretty clear. So as long as it's working, it takes forever to process. I have to use old software, and it just takes forever to process that 360, those two clips down into a 360 video. But
Yeah, it always takes a while with 360 footage.
Hi, Andrew.
yeah, but this is software that's probably 7 years old. It's when
What
the
if-
Fusion first. It's for the GoPro Fusion, and so it's from when the Fusion. It's been
What-
canceled for years.
There was the the GoPro version of the 360.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
yeah, cool. I felt that my 360 video needed narration because you didn't get the parts like. There's one point as you're going downtown, you cross Route 66. That's a landmark. There's a couple old. There's an old theater. There's an old drugstore, and across the street there's a newer drugstore, but actually reverse that. We went around the park. There's a place called Sucker Flats. It used to be a big mine pit, and they just filled it in a few years ago, and I thought that might be an interesting. I just felt it was kind of bland, and if I had some narration about what we're looking at. It was YouTube. It was YouTube music.
Yeah, yeah, but it was the style of a few other musics.
When you say a mine pit, you actually mean one with a pit head or one that was open cast?
He means the sucker flasks, and they sucked the mineral out of the ground.
No, it's called It was called Sucker Flats, and it was a mine where they went down, dug straight down, and then it filled back in with water. And we have another one. They filled in quite a few of them. We've had them all over the area because we were a big mining area, and they've filled in a lot of them. There's still one though out in Orinoco, Blue Hole, I think is what they call it. But it used to be people would go out there and swim all the time, and divers would go out there and dive in there and get their certifications in it. And they decided to fill it back in, and the EPA came in and they started filling in, just getting all kinds of getting just everything they could to throw into this pit, and never came close to filling it up, and they just gave up, and so it's still out there, but they've ruined it for everything else.
Joe, you're selling drones, Joe?
You're muted, Joe. And Andrew, he's nervous about the legislation that's going through.
There's still a chance it will fail. So,
it'll take so long.
It's getting
similar bill failed about 2 years ago, so I suspect it might happen again.
I don't have any confidence in
Just
the government policing itself.
Knowing governments, it just gets lost in the paperwork.
It's like that.
Yeah.
The very last line of Young Einstein with Yahoo Serious.
Yeah.
If we can't trust the governments of the world, who can we trust?
Exactly.
Yeah, we can't
It's
trust
like
the government.
I haven't
Well-
seen that movie in forever. I need to find that and watch it again.
Yeah.
But we can trust Dominic.
As I said, I just think it's knowing governments and knowing how bills get put in, it'll get stuck in red tape and get mired, get pushed to the back of the queue because there's probably something a little bit more politically motivated. And if you go further back,
Yeah.
that other bills will get pushed forward first because they have more political clout. So it gets pushed back, and you've got an election in November. So if it gets pushed back before that,
Yeah, one of the
Government.
sponsors of the bill, Elise Stefanik from New York, she was on Donald Trump's VP list.
Yeah, we know that.
and obviously have a financial stake in Skydio.
Yeah, Jonathan, it's happened twice and failed both times, and they keep coming back. Someone really wants to ban drones.
Yeah, because someone's got a financial stake.
But
that's
look,
Mm-hmm.
but
wants
I mean,
to get DJI
look-
banned.
And they're going to keep at it until they get stuck into something else.
but my point is, look how much good drones do.
They don't care.
Farming,
I don't
They're
care
not-
about that.
Wait, They're-
searching
they're-
for
all
lost
they're-
people.
it's the word Chinese.
That's because you as a drone flyer are not paying off the politicians because you don't have a big company that you want the in.
It's all on Skydio. And I say this as a an observer from 10,000 miles away. If I can see it, why can't other people see it?
I think most of them can.
It's all about dollars and cents.
But I'm just surprised there's not another company that has tried to rival, even bring their game up a notch and attempt to rival DJI.
Oh, there's Vegemite.
Well,
Yeah.
The problem is labor costs.
if
Well,
they
we got
can
all these
legislate,
illegal immigrants coming. There's all kinds of people that would work for nothing.
if they can legislate the top competitor out of the market, why would they have to bring their game up?
Yeah. Exactly. And if there is another competition to Skydio, they'll do exactly the same thing to them as well.
The Skydio is Chinese, so
No,
I
American.
don't think there's anybody else that's American company that makes a drone.
Skydio is
I'm-
American.
But I've heard some say there is an argument to be made because all the components are Chinese made.
Yeah, but the software is American. I mean, don't forget, Skydio have got a massive contract with the military.
Hi, Tim Jackson. Is that Tim Jackson?
Yeah, Daryl, I'm with you, man.
Tim.
I would be right now. I am probably leaning towards it passing versus not passing. I'm a little bit pessimistic on it right now.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So is Daryl starting?
I hope I'm wrong.
You're right, Jonathan.
Daryl, yes, there is a chance, but I don't think by the time it gets to the floor and then to the other chamber,
It's already in the
I
other chamber,
I
isn't it? Didn't it pass today? And it's going to.
It's going to the Senate now.
Let me see here.
It passed the
So-
committee.
so it just
Yeah, it got past committee.
So it just
Right.
exited committee. Joe, check your messenger.
Was that Laura?
Jonathan.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it. Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan, you're right. You got a point.
I just want. I think if they are going to do this here, they should be able to come before Congress and show the evidence. Where's the evidence of drones being used to spy?
As
What?
Idaho quadcopters, Ron Brown and a few others have said, why don't they just show us the smoking gun?
Yeah.
That this is the hard evidence saying yes, it does it or not.
Hey, this is a good paperweight.
Yeah, everybody that's been asked that question
Uh,
has just avoided it.
you know, you chop the arms off, you still got pretty good gimbal camera.
Yeah, right.
What
I'm
else
gonna
could
chop
use
the
it?
arms off. I'm gonna hit a pole with it
Or up here.
and say,
If you're
"Hey, stay
if you're good-
firm."
if you're good enough with electronics, you might be able to build your own gimbal with that camera.
Ain't worried about it.
They actually make a holder bracket that clips around one of the drones and allows it to use gimbal.
Should I just go buy a good gimbal? That's what I was doing. I wouldn't walk around with a drone in my hand looking stupid. Yeah, we're gonna
Oh.
hire this guy. He got a drone at the wedding to do our video.
He's gonna walk around. He's gonna walk around without a drone in his hand, looking stupid.
He he's got a drone. He's got a drone in his hand doing it. He's doing drone footage. No, he can't fly it. They banned it, but he could use the camera.
You laugh. I have done that with the Phantom, and I didn't have. We used to have a Ronin.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I left that back, and I wanted to get a shot.
Yeah.
So there was power lines in the way, and it was like, you know what? Open the sunroof. Had somebody drive me around the block while I'm out of the sunroof, holding this Phantom and getting just a tracking shot around a car dealership.
Nice.
It worked.
Yeah, it will.
And nobody knew the difference. Huh?
I've seen a few people do that. You see dead stop traffic, you see them stop, open the sunroof, put it up in the air, left thumbstick up, and then see how far ahead the traffic goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've been quite clever in involving the FCC with it instead of just leaving it with the FAA.
Oh, yeah.
Because with the FCC, it completely stops you from flying it anywhere. If they'd have done it with the FAA, you could have still flown it indoors because they don't regulate indoor airspace.
Are the FAA and FCC fully funded yet?
Yeah, I got this question. We're so worried about the DJI drones. Why aren't they worrying about the Russian warships that are now going to port in Cuba?
Yep.
Because they're not using our airwaves.
Yeah, but look how close they are.
Less than 30
And you guarantee
miles.
if they got warships, they got subs out there too in the Gulf.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just telling you. What
It's
is that all about?
It's what?
And we've got an armada watching them right now too.
It's
And
what? Less than.
Yeah, they started
Joe-
getting close to us. We got out of it.
It's what? Less than 1,000 miles from what? Or 1,000 miles or so from Annapolis to Cuba.
I couldn't tell you that distance, but I know it's only like about 30 miles from Miami. It's not that much.
Because I think we have a sub base in Florida, don't we?
227.9 miles from Cuba is Miami.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
don't we
so
have
it's
a?
like going from here to Beaumont, Texas.
Don't we have a sub base in Florida?
We got a little bit of everything everywhere.
True.
But they said that they're monitoring the ships, the warships going into Cuba right now, the Russian warships, and they said that we had a whole carrier group monitoring them out there with them.
We have 4 missile destroyers, Coast Guard cutter, and a plane to surveillance.
So they're watching them good. But that's the kind of stuff right there that starts shit, you know?
Well,
Because when I was
sent
in Hawaii,
ships.
when I was in Hawaii back in the 80s, there was a Russian ship coming through that had a problem, a serious problem, and they were hoping it wouldn't sink. They were keeping it afloat, and they were meeting another Russian warship on the other side of the islands, and they asked permission to go between 2 islands, like that, to go between, I think it was Maui and Hawaii, the big island and Maui. And the United States said, no, go around. And they said, we might not make it around. They said, go around, because you're not going to make it through. And they sent warships out there, no, go. And planes out there and told them, if you try to breach our area, we will take you out.
Don't you think that's a little extreme?
What they did.
Well,
It's a lot extreme.
With our ability to surveil with satellites and everything else,
Yeah.
why would they think that those 2 ships are going to be some kind of a threat to Hawaii that has all kinds of Navy, Army bases?
Oh, I agree.
It
But they
was
said that. They said, you're not coming through.
Cold War, though, wasn't it?
Well, we have one of the highest flying spy planes any country has ever made.
Yeah, but you don't need spy planes anymore because you got satellites everywhere. spy planes are kind of passe.
Mm.
Yeah. You got balloons now.
Yeah, the Chinese do.
Yeah.
Well, they still use the Nimrod.
Yeah,
Oh,
90
what?
miles from Key West is Cuba. That's what I knew. I knew something like that.
So they're within. How far off the coast does our border go? Joe, any clue?
18 miles, isn't it?
I couldn't tell you, but they said the Russian warships were 30 miles off the Florida coast, and we deployed aircraft carriers, everything out there.
Yep. Yeah, correct, Cool Cat.
How far away from Guantanamo are they?
Yeah,
Oh, they're
Cool
probably
Cat, I agree with
within
you.
200
Spy
miles.
planes are relics of the old Cold War. Here, period.
Yeah, now they use balloons.
Jonathan, do you mean Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, Pearl
What's that?
Harbor. Yeah,
Yeah, it is a base.
it was a base. And Pearl Harbor got hit because we picked them up on radar, and the message didn't get to the right people. They were flying low. They were trying to go under the radar, but they had people that saw Japanese planes coming in, and were trying to relay messages, and it never got to the right staff.
Well, that
we
was
could've
back
probably-
in the day. That was back in the day when you picked up the phone, you had to dial the
Yeah,
numbers
I
and get
agree.
the operator, and
Nobody had a phone in their pocket, a Chinese
nobody
phone
had
in
a
their
phone
pocket.
in their
yeah.
pocket. Yep.
Well, like Daryl said, you're all off your heads because them planes, it's now your drones that are spy planes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they want to know every alligator in the bayou down here. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Say, hey, if we count the alligators in the bayou, man, we could take over America.
Just don't walk a teeny dog too close to the bayou.
But isn't there a part of Russia and Alaska that are literally like 30 miles apart?
Yeah.
Yes, it's called the
The
Diomede.
Aleutian Islands go across
It-
over there. Almost
There's one
So-
even closer. It's called Diomede Island.
So
Yep.
if they do a hot skip and a jump, you should be able to make it.
It's been on Deadliest Catch.
Yeah, the Diomede Island, half of it is in one time zone and half of it is in yesterday. The international date line goes right through it.
And it's literally less than 2 miles between the two islands.
Yeah,
But yeah, the
So
two
in other
are a
words,
day apart.
if you get in a fight with your girlfriend or your wife, you say, "Hold on a minute, go to the other side of the island." And say, "Okay, it's yesterday. We didn't fight."
yeah.
And I think if you go to the further western island, I think might be Russian territory.
Hmm.
Well, Dominic's got a lot of time zones there in Australia too.
Yeah, but we're not yesterday.
What do you got? 4?
We got 3 at the moment, and then it becomes 5 during daylight saving.
They add
4
extra ones, daylight savings time.
Are there an extra 3 laying around?
No,
No,
what
there's
they
so
done
like-
was
Queensland
some of the areas do not like daylight savings time.
Queensland and the Queensland and Western Australia don't do it.
Well, how many
So that-
time zones does America have?
Time
Well,
zones,
I-
we got Eastern,
I get
Central,
We got
If you take-
Pacific. And then we've got the
3.
Hawaiian time zone.
Isn't
say-
Alaska a fourth? No, 5th? Or no?
I don't want to start an argument, but we've only
Yeah.
got one time zone, and it's the main time zone.
Yeah, the most
Yeah.
famous,
Is
The only
Uh,
time zone you need.
the
David,
most
is
famous.
you-
Weirdly enough, that if you're in one side of it in Greenwich, you're in yesterday officially.
Huh?
Well,
yeah, you got the
0 straight through Greenwich, innit?
Greenwich, England. Yep.
So if you're west of it, you're actually in yesterday compared with being east of it, you're in today.
It's a valid point, but again,
I just thought it was central.
Hey, Dominic,
So
Yeah.
my average views basically for the first couple of days on a video is usually
Yeah.
between about 25 and 40, right?
Yeah.
So I'm on 3 days on the death of the greatest DJI drone ever.
Yeah.
It's at 933.
oh,
Sucker took off.
That's
It's gonna hit
good.
1,000 in a little bit.
Yeah. Just a little bit of clickbait.
Right.
Yeah.
So who believe? Go on, Joe.
but Mark, if you go further east, you end up in tomorrow.
You were
Not
saying,
the-
David?
Yeah, I was going to say.
You're either today and tomorrow, or you're today and yesterday, depending on which way you look at it.
Right. Who believes this guy? He is one of the key guys that's critical to deciding when the general election is. 3 days before the general election was announced, he
Yeah.
walked into a bookmaker's and put £100 on the general election being in July on the 4th. Right?
Isn't that
He
insider trading?
claims he put it on before he knew it was going to happen.
Mm.
He conveniently got the
Yep.
exact month and dates right.
David, is he trying to be a mind reader
He's
or
Looks
psychic,
like insider trading to me.
you know what it is?
or
It's a very serious offence, and he was going to be standing in the election, but he might be standing himself in a courtroom somewhere.
Yeah.
or it's like
Where a
the
lot of it should be.
was it the genie thing that reads your fortune at the carnivals?
Doesn't matter what it is. The fact is, he was the one that helped decide when the election was, but claimed he didn't know, and still went to put
Yep.
money on. So
Yeah. Now, you're sitting here being a total jerk to the guy, but you would be totally silent if he had lost that bet. So,
Mhm.
I can't really trust you.
But
Well,
would,
Well,
but
actually,
would
if
Did-
he'd have lost the bet, none of us would have been any the wiser, right? It's the worst bit was, right?
That's kind of the joke. I was making a
I know.
joke.
Yeah, no, but he came forward after the newspapers reported it. He then came forward and said, "Yeah, I put the bet on. I put the bet on this date, and that date," and then said, "But I didn't do nothing wrong apart from, oh shit, I broke these laws. Oops."
Yeah.
and all they would have done is slap a fine on him.
No, because it's gambling laws, so
Yeah.
it's fraud,
I think it goes for fraud.
and it's also political interference. So
Yeah.
it's a 4-year jail term, bit like political interference in America. I think that's 4 years as well, isn't it?
Depends.
Don't want me.
I can't answer that.
Depends on the case and the judge.
Hmm.
We
And
don't have that
sometimes
problem.
at sentencing, it depends on the judge's mood.
We don't have that problem over here. All our judges are supposed to be independent. They're not politically.
Well, supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, they're not politically appointed.
Uh-huh.
So whoever gets in power next in a couple of weeks' time, the judges will stay the same.
Yeah.
Right, man.
And did-
Apparently, Joe is Russia sent a nuclear powered sub, which
Yep.
is a new class of submarine.
Well, it's not, it's actually, they said that they use conventional weapons on that sub. They don't have nuclear power. That's what they're saying. But guarantee they do.
No, they might have nuclear power for the sub, but no nuclear weapons.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
but how
probably-
would we know?
well, you
They
would.
say that, but we don't know that.
No.
But do you not think it's a bit convenient that they've sent these ships to Cuba at a time when Ukraine have started hitting their missiles and launch pads, and they've already sunk a lot of the ships? So safest place for them is off
That's
way
it.
away from fucking Russia.
Yeah, they sent them to Cuba
Well,
just to keep them out of the way of the drones.
Yeah, but it's not even drones anymore. The US have said
Well, the
if the site actually fires on you first, you can use a US missile to attack
Well,
you back.
well, I do know that Russia's biggest ship they want to sail the sea again cannot sail the sea ever again because it needs way too much maintenance and they cannot get the fuel to run the ship. So it's still at dock.
It's not the fuel that's the problem; it's the materials to repair it.
It's 70 plus years old.
Yeah, I know which one you're on about. The first one that the Ukrainians hit and sunk.
Well, they
And
can't
then they-
sunk
And then they
there.
brought out
Well,
another
they class it
ship
as sunk,
which
but
is
it's not
50
sunk,
years
is it?
old to
They had to
salvage
refloat
said
it.
sunken ship.
Well, this is that big ship that they were parading up and down the Black Sea going, this ship is unsinkable. You cannot hit this from where you are. It's safe. And Zelensky, whatever his name is, Zelensky, went, hold my beer.
Ask several
The funny thing
Ex-
is, he said, hold my beer, and he didn't send a drone through the air. He actually sent a little drone thing like Curtis would use. And that's what hit it.
ask several expert ship makers if there is an unsinkable ship. They'll likely say no, I think.
Do you have a list of ship makers I can call?
No. I'm just making a bold prediction.
Just don't contact.
You told me to
Mike.
ask several ship makers. I was like, I'm wondering if you have like a list that I can do like a random pull from. Why give me a task if you have no way of?
I'm just saying I don't think
Okay,
there's any ship
in that case,
that's
if I have to pick my own
unsinkable.
ship makers, how would you know that they're qualified to make the determination?
Just like
Exactly.
they say a lot of products
I'm gonna
are unbreakable.
contact a few of my ship maker contacts real quick here on Facebook.
Right. Dublin shipyard, Newcastle shipyard,
Yeah.
Glasgow.
Actually, yeah, start
No,
off
I'm going with, he didn't give me a list. I'm going with my own list.
No, I'm just
You-
saying I don't think there's any ship that's unsinkable.
Oh, you do need to start off with Dublin. 'Cause they did make the bold claim the Titanic was unsinkable.
Yeah, all of my Facebook ship maker friends came back and said you're full of shit. No, I'm sorry. They said you're full of ship.
That's what it was.
Shit.
It's a Facebook group called Shipheads.
How-
Cool Cat, what's Cool Cat talking about? Thank God we've solved corruption in the UK.
Because David said that the judges were not
Oh.
political.
Oh, really?
So Cool Cat's just happy that
That doesn't stop corruption. though.
Don flicks through his Rolodex. Yeah, it's a good one.
That's an old
not-
one. Cool
the-
cat.
Affiliated to any political party.
Yes, they're not affiliated.
They may
Yeah.
have political tendencies and ideas, but they cannot be affiliated to a political party.
I'm
Well,
looking at my list of ship makers here, and it looks like a few of them are missing.
Yeah, but they're
oh,
related.
funny.
They're related because they were appointed.
Yeah,
And who appointed them?
Nobody else seems to have, but
Just going to ignore that.
No, that was a good one. A few of them are missing. That was a good one.
Cool Cat says being sarcastic.
Oh, sarcasm. We don't have that here. We outlawed sarcasm in the U.S. in
Yeah.
1978, I think it was.
yeah,
You're not
they're on.
part- Was it not part of your
They're only allowed to use sardines.
Oh, it was during our bicentennial celebration in '76.
Ah.
We outlawed it.
Yo, what are you doing traveling all over the country for?
Well, he flies
Work.
commercially.
Job.
Yeah, he
a
flies drone
commercial
jobs all
drone
over the
pilot.
country.
Nice.
Does
Right
mapping.
now.
Where are you now, Daryl? Or are you back home?
He said he was
Uh,
on his way to Mississippi. He just went through Alexandria, or is going through Alexandria.
Is there an Alexandria, Mississippi?
I don't know which Alexandria he was talking about. I thought for a second he was talking about Louisiana.
There's
About
an
Louisiana.
Alexandria,
In Greece.
Virginia.
Yeah,
I
in
believe.
Greece, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of Alexandras. I mean, there's a famous singer called Alexandra Burke.
There's also an Alexandria that lives upstairs.
I'm not sure if
Is
he's
that
passing
the
through
one
that
shows
Alexandria.
herself topless on the roof?
Hey, why?
Joe?
Joe would like
What
it.
is-
Is that the
Hey,
one
my
that goes
props.
topless on the roof in the sunshine?
No, that's the one I pass through every once in a while.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well,
He could
Dominic,
be going,
that was a
he could
good
be going
morning.
through Virginia. He could be going through
That's our mama's name.
Louisiana.
So we're just going to go through place names that are women's names.
Ooh.
Mad Props, hey, how you doing?
What's
Hey,
up,
Randy.
Randy?
Randy, you're welcome to join us.
Where's Justin?
Hey, Randy, come on, you could come on here and
He's
feel the
got
pain too.
better things to do.
He's gonna go fly in 30 minutes.
Flying what we got.
Hi, Randy.
I'd fly this weekend, but it's gonna be
Join-
90 plus.
Hey. Mind off all your misery. By
Looks
becoming
like we have an Alexandria,
totally
Alabama,
miserable about
Alexandria,
everything.
Indiana,
See?
one in Kentucky, one in Louisiana, one in Missouri, one in Minnesota, one in Nebraska. He could be anywhere in the friggin' United States.
Jesus. Oh God.
Let's see, Nebraska, New Hampshire, New York.
There's
Um,
Alexandria, California, too.
There's an Alexandria, New York, and an Alexandria Bay, New York. Then you have
okay.
Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Tennessee. Yeah.
That's what I said. That's what I say. I say, hey, Alexandria, hey, babe.
I've never heard of Alexandria Bay, New York.
But he could be anywhere.
Well, he's tracking Andrew.
There's probably an Alexandria in Canada.
There's an Alexandria in New South Wales in Australia.
I don't think there's one in England. I've never heard of one.
There's Alexandra.
We had a
But no,
we had a Princess Alexandra.
yeah, but we're talking Alexandria with an I in it. Take
Yeah,
the
true.
I out. There's a few of them.
There was probably a Tsarina Alexandria in Russia.
You'd think so.
Joe, you think we'll get a World War III out of North and South Korea?
No.
Not out
Apparently
of
things
Korea.
are
We
getting-
might already be in World War III. We just don't know it.
Yeah, it could be.
Things are getting hotter over there.
It's getting hot around here too. Think about
No tensions in North Korea and South Korea.
that's what I'm talking about. We have a Russian sub off Florida.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That's
there's
hot.
been a lot of public service announcements. Do not
It,
fire at the
yeah.
sub.
And you don't know if you're in a world war until you're looking back on it.
They
Until
got a
you're in.
point.
Yeah.
Hey, Donald, whatever happened?
you're
There was an
firing back.
announcement. There was an announcement a couple of months ago that Russia was talking about going back into Cuba and opening up a base.
I don't know. That might be why they're there.
Joe, do you think they will?
That's why they're that might be why they're down there in Cuba.
We will not allow that, I guarantee.
What you
That
need
might
to
start.
We won't.
You're the
Yeah.
military expert on panel.
get a few drone pilots with prize drones to fly from Florida out to sea and get some pictures of this ship and then sell them to the American government on the proviso that they get rid of this ban.
Yeah.
Look what the
Well,
drones
you
can
are.
do for you.
Yeah, to do that, you got to get a
Randy-
boat close enough to them. See if that's gonna happen.
Randy has a point. If there's a sub off our coast, it's because we allowed them to be there.
If it's only 30 miles away,
Well,
the
yeah.
Mavic Pro has a telephoto and zoom lens that will find it.
I guarantee you, we had somebody in between our coast and them. I guarantee you, we had a ship between them,
Maybe.
or at
I
least
would-
a sub that
Yeah,
But,
underneath it.
but
they
I
didn't
would
know about
I
it.
wouldn't place bets on it. We let Chinese balloons
But
flow over our
don't we-
country.
and we
Yeah.
didn't shoot them down till they got to the East Coast.
Well, what's it?
But don't we have a patrol
Will you-
ship that patrols the Florida coast?
Yeah, we have
Well,
one
you're-
patrol ship that
Caribbean?
patrols the coast. Yeah.
Will your
One it's the SS Minnow, and they are fast. They are constantly going
PT
around.
109.
They
It's
they
PT
go
109.
down around the
Train
tip
number
and back
4.
up, and
You're
bit
on a
down around the
roll.
tip and back up. And sometimes they'll do Texas too if they have an extra day.
Yeah, that's the 3-hour tour though.
Yeah.
well,
3-hour tour.
where all the boats are show there? Well, does it show military ships?
Jackson Gaming says they can't find an airplane, but why do you think that they can find a sub?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, mad props. It was headed to Cuba. It was in international waters. That is correct.
Depending on the age of the subs, certain subs are easier to hear than others.
Yeah. But it's still making waves. It's still doing something. So sonar
Yeah,
is
the ones on the surface are a lot easier to find than the ones underwater.
Why? Let me see if I can find a picture.
When they put the periscope up,
And they
Yep.
see Hollywood, Hollywood. I'm guessing nobody ever saw that movie.
Um,
I remember down
it rings a
periscope.
bell, but I couldn't say what it was called.
The
1941.
hunt for the hunt.
1941, I think it was.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because it starts off with 1941. Steven Spielberg
Very early
made this
Spielberg.
movie, and it started off just like Jaws. You had the girl out in the water, but instead
Yeah.
of a shark, and they got the same stunt woman to reprise her role as the woman in the water. But submarine puts up its periscope, and she gets trapped on top of the periscope, and what was it? The Japanese guys in the submarine looking through and just saw this half naked lady. Hollywood.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is Justin? I don't know if he's can hear it yet, but
Could
Trying
end
to
up
find-
with the Red October.
with a Scottish actor playing a Russian.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Sean Connery's accent gets away with any
Oh.
but
language.
Yeah.
he got by with it in Highlander when he played a Spaniard,
Yeah, exactly.
and we had the French guy play the Scot
yeah.
or
Interesting.
whatever he is. I'm not sure what the
What was
think
he
he's
in?
French.
Christopher
Christopher Lambert, isn't he French?
Yes, he is.
sounds French to me.
Actually, it sounds English. Lambert is an English name.
But it's
Yeah,
Lambert.
I know it's
Oh.
Lambert. Pronounced Lambert.
Donald, did you see Tim's channel? That banner came out really good.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
he still hasn't found the Twinkie I hid in it though. Don't tell him where it's at.
Justin.
I'm gonna have him look and see if he can find it.
Just because the actor
Uh,
Lambert
uh,
doesn't say that it's actually still Lambert.
Donald,
Yeah.
that could be hours or weeks. Before
I
he
think I
finds
found it.
Are you looking?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Now. I think I may have found it, but I don't want to say.
Okay. Yeah, don't tell Tim.
So, are you getting soaked down there, Justin?
Yeah, it's been raining nonstop for like a day and a half now.
Mhm.
Ah, well, never mind.
I've
Christopher
heard.
Lambert was born in Long Island.
Yeah.
I heard
But,
some.
but
down
where
there
was he
had-
raised?
I heard 6 inches or more of rain.
No, it just says here. Oh, French parents.
French
he-
parents with 6 inches? What?
No, we're talking about Christopher Lambert.
Oh, okay.
Lambert.
Well, Alexa recognized it as Lambert.
Yeah.
Well,
easier.
Mark, she cannot always properly
bo-
pronounce certain names.
Alexa, play
I've
Poop
learned.
Noodle.
1957 on Long Island. It said Long Island, the Bahamas, not actually
Yeah.
Long New York.
What is this thing?
On the news right now, on ABC News, it says Russian warships are in Cuba.
And I believe Bahamas back then were
Plural.
British.
Plural.
It hasn't been the first time Russia's been down there the last 20 years.
I think it's 3 ships.
They've trained with them in the last 20
Lynx.
years quite a few times.
A few years ago, didn't they send a spy
But
ship?
look at their tactics in Ukraine, and Cuba's what, nothing. So yeah, that's a lot of good training going on down there.
Another good movie, Mad Fox. Randy.
Yeah, they're just hiding from the Ukraine stuff.
Here you go, Andrew. I'm gonna show you the picture of the ship that's patrolling Miami right now.
Well,
That
Oh.
PT boat right there. Yeah, that was back in
That-
2018. That's the Lynx, this one right here. And that was on Lake Pontchartrain. And that's the PT boat that they refurbished and got it back to working order. And it has tours that people, what they do is they pay to ride on it, basically, you know? And as they were passing by, they fired cannons off to give them like a salute. That's,
oh, Donald, look,
that's the PT by itself.
$5 sushi at Publix today.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's Wednesday.
That's
Half off
they're known
sushi.
for their sushi.
They are. They're actually really good. They make it right in the store.
Yeah, but Joe's
They
got
actually are known for their sushi.
Randy.
sandwiches to get.
Yeah, I had 5 roast beef sandwiches for $5 in the back. I got one left
My meal's healthy.
and don't care.
Is Arby's any good?
All for healthy meals.
Arby's is very good.
Arby's has great sushi.
Yeah. If Arby's, boy, that might be bad roast beef. You know what?
As I've heard years ago, they used to be really, really good, and I don't know anything since.
Oh, they're good. They have a couple of specials sometimes out there. I watch to see what they're gonna have because they have a Reuben that's pretty good. But
Mm.
I'm not
Oh.
gonna pay the money they want for it till they put it on special.
Is it a roast beef Reuben or a corned beef Reuben?
It's got the corned beef and everything.
Corned beef.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You'll
and
call
then they've got a
Look.
gyro.
God.
That's pretty good.
DJ,
DJ.
what's up,
So
TJ?
y'all know that latest thing that DJI did where we can't upload anymore, right? Directly to the cloud.
Hmm.
So last night I sat down and I worked and worked and worked, looking at everything I could find to find out how to take the files off of my smart controller. And I wrote it down step by step. So now if I'm gonna put a file off of my flight to air data, this is what I gotta do. Right there.
Uh-huh.
What's up, everybody?
You gotta, all of these 17 things that gotta happen.
Gee.
You gotta go to the settings, then you gotta go to storage, then internet shared storage, then files, Android, data, go down the list.
Here
Once you know where to go, it doesn't take long, but
Yeah. You
still,
just needed to
still,
know the steps.
still a point.
Don't try to degrade my healthy meal, Randy. I see you in the chat.
Miami, Florida got 20 inches of rain.
Yeah, that's that system going through.
I
I got another one y'all gonna get next week.
TJ, I hope you're staying dry.
TJ's a little further up.
The
I think
reporter
he's on
was
the
standing
borderline
out
of.
in the middle of the street, and there was buses that were up to the windows, and
Yeah.
Raining this morning.
Dusty, how did you see that coming a week ago?
Mark, Laura apologizes for charging her batteries.
Okay.
Hi, Laura.
Yeah, I know. We've got rain here.
It was supposed to start raining here at 4 o'clock this morning, but it didn't.
I'm not watching your disgusting ass video while I'm trying to eat. No.
Edward, that must be kind of cool.
18.
I guess there's a U-352 sub off the coast.
the Russian exercises were met by a 21-gun cannon salute from the Cuban government.
Well, that's half of their armory gone. Why they're still shooting cannonballs because they can't get any modern weapons.
Well, the Russian military, they're training the Cuban.
Justin, it's nothing bad. The video is just of bears that are still dragging their parachute lines behind them.
Behind a what?
No,
But the Russians,
You were saying?
if Russian is training them, they can't even beat Ukraine. Look.
Oh, that's gross.
But submarines with a U are German.
I've seen it, Randy. That's disgusting.
What is it?
Like I said, if you were a small country
Why are you so pushy?
and you saw the disaster in Ukraine, would you be like, that's the military, I want to train me?
American tourists were electrocuted in a fatal electric shock incident in a jacuzzi in a resort.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Where?
It's probably a light or something in the pool. Water seeped into it.
Well, he took the toaster in there.
What is that in the US or?
We all take a toaster with us.
Yeah, some woman found her husband in there with a 19-year-old and threw the toaster in.
That's probably why.
Puerto Pensaco.
What?
That's the name of the town.
Paul totally butchered that name. He's
Yeah.
like, Passage.
Mad props. You also can get food poisoning.
From what?
Atlanta had a
Mad props once everybody's
commercial
look at the
fish.
bears that went parachuting and are still dragging their parachute cords around.
Exactly.
That's a good way to
Well,
put it.
once you see it, you can't unsee it.
It's not as funny as the bear that took cocaine, though, apparently.
Oh, cocaine bear. The real cocaine bear happened up in Kentucky.
Yeah,
is a
but the
true story,
movie
yeah.
vastly exaggerated that story.
Oh,
The
it's
bear
exaggerated.
actually ate all the cocaine and died like 30 minutes later.
Because there's a video about the real cocaine bear, and then there's Cocaine Bear, the movie.
Yeah, the movie made it seem like he was running around all coked out for days, killing everybody. And it wasn't the case. The bear
And
actually
I-
ate the cocaine and died like
You
half
gotta
hour
add a
later.
bit of mayo to the story.
And they linked the two videos.
But it died
Well,
It's on
what was
Peacock.
what was true about the movie though was the guy did knock himself out when he went to jump out of the plane, and he fucking never pulled his parachute and he landed in some dude's front yard. That
I
was
agree,
true.
Randy.
The guy went to jump out of the plane and knocked himself out on the door on his way out. He hit his head
Oops.
on the door, and he never woke up in time to pull his chute and hit the ground in some random dude's front yard.
That sucks.
Well, the bear should
They
have gone
had
to
to
rehab.
make a
and
movie.
That's why I should have watched what he was doing.
It's not going to be a 5-minute. The what you know, the real thing is probably a YouTube short rather than the whole movie.
Oh, Donald, there is
Yeah.
a movie on Netflix called Unfrosted.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have you
I
heard
hear
of
it
it?
sucks.
I don't know. I watched the first like four. I haven't finished watching it. I watched the first 40 minutes of it, and then I had to go do my live stream, and so I didn't finish it. But the first 40 minutes, it was kind of funny.
It was
I don't know.
okay.
I'm halfway through watching The Contractor.
It just made me think of you when you were talking about unfrosted Pop Tarts that one day.
And yes, I did sit through Baby Reindeer so that other people didn't have to.
And
And,
bad, good.
It was,
Bother.
well, put it this way. The people that it's originally based on are actually taking Netflix and the actors
Yeah.
to court because they exaggerated it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has been heavily exaggerated.
Heavily
Yeah.
exaggerated. And then
Yeah.
claimed the true story.
heard-
It was not.
Yeah, I heard one of the women that's based on, she is suing Netflix directly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much what they-
Yep, I saw the movie and then I went on to
Uh-huh.
went on YouTube to see the interviews.
Justin, see Tim in the chat.
I was like, this is what I was talking about right here. Here you go. See, this happened in real life. Just what Trudy does.
Yeah. Well, Dallas is sitting on the ground out in your front yard. She's trying to fix the bike. She's got it upside down. And,
Ouch.
That's funny as shit.
okay. All right. Well, I just thought maybe her brother should check on her.
That
oh,
would hurt.
Oh, that's right. He's gone. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, buddy. Yeah, bye.
That would hurt, wouldn't it, Donald?
Yeah, that's right, Randy. No, you could tell that they on that movie that they purposely they were trying to make a comedy out of it. I mean, obviously,
Well, yeah.
that was the obvious part of the movie. They weren't trying to be serious. They were telling the story where the basis of the story was true, but then they really exaggerated to make it funny.
Yeah.
It's like when he asks the kid, he goes, "What the hell are you doing hiding in the trees?" Like, "I'm hiding from the bear." He goes, "You know, bears climb trees."
Mhm.
Just decided to hang out up here.
Yeah, that got me when Ron said when he was hunting for bears, they had the platforms for hunting them in trees.
Hmm.
And one bear climbed the tree and tried to get on the platform with them. What do you expect?
Hey, what we're looking at?
Okay.
Well, you're less likely to get noticed up in the trees. That's why they do
There's
that.
a new Superman film coming out.
the Turkish Superman.
Oh, that's from night.
Does it look like a Wish version of Superman?
Turkey does these
It's
knockoffs.
from-
They also have a Spider-Man that's hilarious.
No.
It's from
Oh, God.
1979.
Is it going to end up a bit like Blue Beetle?
Turkish Spider-Man. I never saw that. Never even heard of that.
No, it's Turkish Superman.
No,
Oh, Donald said they did one of Spider-Man.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Tim, it's on Peacock.
I thought Blue Beetle. won it.
Yeah. The Peacock will be on another station over here. I think Peacock could be Paramount.
Who's part Paramount?
When the
Yeah,
hell
'cause
were
Peacock-
these made?
Peacock
The
really
video that
broadcast over here under Paramount.
They're made in Turkey, where they don't have quite as
it
strong copyright
well,
laws.
it said it's from that video was from 1979.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, CGI is horrible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do you
I
expect?
think
Computers in
I-
1909, never mind CGI.
I think Joe remembers 1979 very well.
They only just had calculators in 1979.
I remember 79. It was a good year.
Aquaman was out of all the new movies you've seen, Dusty. You watch Aquaman. That one was crap. What'd you think of the Godzilla movie, Donald? Did you watch it with your son?
I have not yet.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to or
I'm going to.
Out of -1.
Yes.
Just gonna say I didn't like it, but
I haven't
Or-
watched
that's just my opinion.
Do you
Or-
like classic Godzilla movies?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I've got the original, the one from VHS from 1994.
But
That's
key
not
word
the
is
original
unopened.
Godzilla.
That was the one with Matthew.
If you think that's the
Broderick in it,
original
wasn't it?
Godzilla, you should just go ahead
No,
and
it.
That
it's
was
the
Matthew
one-
Broderick, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, where he was the news reporter or whatever. Worked for the news agency.
Hi, Gitchy.
The original
Gitchy, you
Godzilla
should
was
wa-
1954.
Gitchy, you should watch 80 from Brady.
Even I knew that, Donald, when he said 1990. I was like, yep, no, wrong.
Yep, that's
wrong
not
decade.
original.
Gitchy, are you gonna watch the new Godzilla movie?
Godzilla is like Batman.
Only if Godzilla has a football uniform on.
And Freddy Krueger and all those, man, they've been remade so many damn times.
hmm Now, Godzilla, the original, is its own thing. Then they started getting campy, and then they got serious, and they got campy. They got serious, got campy. If you want something, a retelling of Godzilla, and that's what Godzilla -1 is supposed to be.
Like
What
a
was that
throwback
one?
to the original.
All the babies were coming
But
out.
Godzilla. Do what?
That was one with all the babies. That was the Matthew Broderick one, wasn't it? Where they found all the eggs down in the.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Gitchy
But,
says
It was in the underground, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah.
Gitchy's in the chat and she says she loves the classic Godzilla movies.
Mhm. But what is it? Oh my gosh!
Gitchy?
It came out a few years ago, and it was a
It-
Godzilla movie, and it was a retelling of the Godzilla origin, kind of like this
Enjoy-
one is.
Enjoy, Gitchy.
I don't
Gitchy
think
says,
the
"How do you
one. Now the
go?"
one Andrew was talking about, that wasn't a bad movie. I mean, it was pretty good for what it was.
It wasn't
Godzilla-
Godzilla.
The original or the origin of Godzilla was anime, wasn't it?
The original Godzilla.
The
it was
the origins of Godzilla.
Bye,
was-
Gitchy.
No, it's the 1954 black and white monster movie.
That was way
No,
before anime.
Wasn't
have
that
to-
based on the Japanese anime magazine?
I have to-
Anime didn't come out till what, like the 70s?
Yeah.
Not
I have-
anime. The comic books were way
Hmm.
before that.
I have the version from like 94 on VHS.
That's not the original.
That's
Original's
40
not.
years, 40 years
There
too
was about
late.
20 of them remade in between those two. between the
No,
original and that one.
Godzilla's first appearance was in 1954 in the Toho
Oh,
movie.
Joe can have a Godzilla Purdy.
Oh, on DVD. Oh,
Yeah, I got them on DVD,
classic.
remastered,
I was waiting for him to say you had them on Laserdisc.
remastered DVD.
Isn't Laserdisc like yay big?
Oh, Laserdiscs were huge. Yeah, my uncle had one of the Laserdiscs
Like final
back in the
album,
day.
12
Yeah, it
inch.
looked just like a record. Yeah, a big. What's the big record? The 45s? Those the big ones?
No, 33.
33s. Okay, yeah, it was a big one like that. They were pretty big.
Shin Godzilla
Looked
came
like
out
a
in 2016.
comically-
I couldn't think of Shin Godzilla, but
I don't think
Shin
I saw
Godzilla
that.
and Godzilla -1 are both retellings of the Godzilla origin story and they're standalones. But Shin Godzilla is pretty good.
I agree, Edward.
Hmm.
Use
No,
the
I
first
think
Ameri-
I think some remakes and some sequels
I would argue
to
that
movies.
sequels are sometimes better. Aliens is a better movie than Alien.
Oh,
Well, I'm
Speak-
saying is, I think
So-
sometimes newer remakes and stuff don't get the credit they deserve because people are trying to compare it too much to the
Right.
old one instead of enjoying that one for what it is.
I would also say T2 was a better movie than Terminator.
I heard there's a new Alien movie coming out.
Yes, there is a new Alien movie coming out. Yes.
Like I try to enjoy like remakes. If they like remake a movie, I try to enjoy it for what it is. I don't try to compare it to the old one.
Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors, the remake was better than the original.
Like Roadhouse, I thought the new Roadhouse was really good, and I think they were both good movies. I actually like the newer one a little better myself, but I'm not taking away from the older movie, but I'm not going to compare them. I think they were both good movies.
Hey, Donald,
Yes.
I got a question for you. Are the Godzilla movies popular in Japan too?
Yes.
That's where they originated.
I know.
Yeah, they never went out of style, really. They had some slow periods, but I mean, you get
Is tea popular in Britain, Paul?
Exactly.
I think in Japan they had a movie called Battleship Yamato. About the Battleship Yamato.
Dude, I want to go to Japan because I just want to go. I want to go to some of those crazy ass vending machines they have. Man, they got
Oh,
some wild ass vending machines in Japan.
I've
Yeah,
heard
it's got the
you
really,
could-
really,
Yeah, you'll
really
go
weird.
in there and you'll literally order like a bowl of like really like nice ramen soup, and the shit will come out in a bowl all nice and piping hot with a pair of chopsticks for you and everything. Like and then they got machines over there like you can put however much money in. I think it's like 500 to 1,000 yen, but you have the potential of winning like an iPad. But everything that's in there is like a minimum worth $10 or something. They got like all kinds of cool ass vending machines over there.
you think of a type of vending machine, you can find it over there.
Yeah, but they got some really crap karaoke clubs.
There's a couple channels I watched where these guys literally lived off of the vending machines, just eating and drinking out of the vending machines, all the different vending machines, and they got some really good food out of some of them.
Have you been to Japan there, Joe?
Oh yeah.
And is it true with all this vending machine stuff?
all right. Michael's
Yeah.
trying to pick a fight
Not,
in
well,
the chat.
not
They
when I
probably
was
did
back
that
then. Now
when he
they're-
was no,
No, there's more vending machines
they didn't
per.
they didn't have vending machines during the war.
It's a
There's
your
more
place
vending
to-
machines per
It wasn't back
capita in
then.
Japan than any other country in the world.
They should call it the vending machine capital.
Donald, Star Wars is
during the
dead
war,
to me.
we didn't have a lot of vending machines.
It is
either.
Star
They
Wars
had
when they
cigarette
stopped
machines,
when the
and that
Force
was
just
about it.
became wizard shit, magic that can do anything. I'm tired of it.
Yep.
Oh,
That's an-
speaking of Star
And this latest
Wars,
one, it looks like they don't know if they want to be like use the Force and be Jedi or be Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Donald, I heard there's a good chance there will be a Spaceballs 2 coming.
That's a lot of bollocks.
It'd be kind of hard to do it because John Candy was a big part of that movie.
Hmm.
Mel Gibson's still here.
Mel Gibson wasn't in it.
No, that
I
wasn't Mel
thought he
Gibson,
was.
wasn't it?
I thought he was the little green guy that should made us.
That's Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, close enough.
Yeah, it was
Mel Brooks is the genius.
Mel
behind-
Gibson is Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, close enough.
Mel
Mad
Brooks
Max.
was like the king of what do you kind of comedy you want to call that back in the day? Like slapstick type comedy movies?
Yeah.
Like, cause he did Spaceballs, he did Blazing Saddles. Like
I think those were just.
Yeah, it's
I don't know what kind of comedy you would call that. Zany.
because I would say
Madcap?
that's
It'd be offensive these days.
It's like futuristic comedy.
well, I would say like that's what inspired like the Wayans brothers and people like that
Yeah.
to make like Scary Movie and
No, what inspired the
Movies like
Wayans
that.
brothers was Airplane and
Oh,
That's the Zucker brothers.
yeah. I said that what inspired the Wayans brothers was Airplane.
The
And
brothers
oh,
inspired them.
Airplane.
yeah,
Airplane was a good movie.
and the Police
Nikki Gl-
Squad, Top
Yeah.
Secret, Top Secret. I think Top Secret was the Zucker brothers' best movie, but a lot of people don't know it because
It's underrated. Underrated, definitely.
what
Airplane
about
sucks all
Naked-
the energy out of the room.
I think it's called Naked Gun. With
Yes, Naked
Leslie
Gun.
Nielsen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that-
based on
that was
the
Police Squad.
TV show. It was based on the TV show Police Squad.
Police Squad from the stories of Police Squad.
And
Nice
I was
people.
a fan of Police Squad. I watched all 6 episodes of Police Squad when they aired, and I loved it. And I was so upset when they
Really
canceled
cool
it.
cat.
The most famous line in the world. Nice beaver. Thanks. I've just
Yeah.
got it.
Thanks, I just had it stuffed. Yeah.
that's pretty much all. That's pretty much a go-to for Disney these days. Cool Cat.
Yep.
On almost every film they do now.
Disney
Yeah.
lately has add more female characters to it and make it more diverse.
The
Yeah, we don't have enough diversity these days.
yeah, when they started, they
Paramount's
lost
really bad
the
for
plot on what the Force was.
Hmm.
In when they started making the sequels, when Disney bought it. And they thought, oh, the balance of the Force, that should mean there's an equal part light, equal part bad. But it's like, no, when the Force is in balance, that's the light side of the Force. That's when it's in balance.
Hmm.
And it's like,
Well, that's what happens when you take something that's working and you try to fucking stir the pot
Mhm.
up, and you shouldn't do it. You should just leave it alone.
It's as Justin said, why break something that's not broken that works?
Although a lot of people bitched about the newer movies that were made before Disney got a hold of it. So they just, it seemed like nothing ever lived up to the originals to the fans,
no,
no matter how hard they tried.
they didn't. And I remember people bitching about Return of the Jedi.
I mean, I never
came
was
out.
really heavily into Star
Mhm.
Wars, but I decided a few years back, because I had never watched the original ones, I just was never into it. I decided to go back, watch them all in order up to till a few years ago when the last one was made. And I
You know-
actually looked it up online which order to watch them, and I watched them all in order. I liked every one of them. I thought they were all good for what they were, but
When
I
you
wasn't a
say
huge fan
order-
either. So
When you say in order, do you mean from episode 1 onwards, or from episode 3 onwards and then back to 1?
Fuck,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Actually, I prefer the Renegade order, which is you watch you watch A New Hope, then
Yeah, 4,
Empire
5,
Strikes
6,
Back,
1, 2,
then
3.
you
Yeah.
no, you watch 4 and 5, go back and watch 1, 2, 3, and finish off with 6.
Sorry, big
See,
bang.
I went on a
Because
Star
if you go
Wars
back
forum.
and watch the prequels and follow through that, then 6 ties up all the stories at one time and gives everybody the completion of their story arcs.
No, when I watched them, I went online and there was a forum online for Star Wars, and they had a list, and they said watch them in this order.
Yeah,
in
you
order
you
to
can't
do
watch the
full
prequels
movie.
first. You can't watch 1, 2, and 3 first because it ruins
Yeah.
the surprise ending of 2 or of 5.
Yeah. A 5. Yeah.
5, yeah.
So you have to watch A New Hope, then Empire, definitely.
Yeah.
But once you find out I Am Your Father, then you go back and you watch the prequels to get the backstory of
Yeah.
being his father, and then you finish off with Jedi, which gives Anakin his full arc.
Ow, fuck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then we got episode 1, The Phantom Menace in there too.
I included that in my listing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, I think.
Yeah.
Probably the best way to do it. And then everything after that, just put it in the bin.
Yeah.
What,
Mhm.
what about The Force Awakens?
No.
Throw that in
No.
the bin. Don't bother.
Chuck it.
I watched it so you didn't have to.
Force Awakens is
I-
basically them trying to retell Star Wars, but you don't need to because it was already told.
Yeah.
So it's not got an episode designation.
So it seems like they
Don't
keep
call
trying.
Classic episode 7.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like episode 7.
So from what
Seven.
you guys are describing, it's like they keep trying to go back and redo the old storyline. Instead, they should just leave off from where the original storyline ended and
And
keep making
some-
the story.
No,
maybe?
they changed they starting with 7, they started changing the entire rules of how the universe worked, how the Force worked. Actually, in episode 1, he kind of did that too with midichlorians.
Yeah. He tried to retell it when it didn't need to be retold.
And where
But
does
yeah,
the
he was trying to
where does
justify
the
it.
Mandalorian come into it?
I never have watched it.
The Mandalorian is the one who brought Yoda
Oh.
to say
That wasn't Yoda. That was Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
That was
Really?
Grogu. Grogu.
Goku. Yeah, it wasn't Yoda.
Or as Ricky Gervais would say, Baby Yoda was played by Joe Pesci.
Oh, Jesus. Cool Cat said Return of the Jedi was the least favorite, but only because it poked a few holes in the escape dimension. I was
Wait.
only at the time the Tarzan call. What the is he talking about?
What? Oh, yes. I'm Return of the Jedi was his least favorite, only because it poked a few holes in the, I don't know, the escape dimension. I was in the escapism that he was enjoying at the time. Tarzan call brought him out of. He was in the escapism of watching the show, and one of the Ewoks did a Tarzan call, and
Yeah.
it pulled him out of it. He's like, "Oh, I was enjoying the movie, and you pulled me out and reminded me that I'm watching a movie."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
I
a
can
nutshell.
understand. I've tried watching the later
Yes,
version.
Michael, you stop. I've watched the last 3 movies, the Force
7,
Awakens, and
9.
yeah, I
That's
watched
where I-
those, and I stopped because it was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Emperor's like,
No,
you're gonna replace me if you strike me down, and she's like, I'm not going to, and then she does it anyway, but she doesn't turn bad. So there was no logic in it. It was like somebody it felt like somebody found a bunch of Star Wars toys, didn't really understand what the backstory was to it, and just started making up their own shit.
Hmm. Yeah, just none of them have made sense. The last three.
Well, they didn't have an overarching story thread. They said, "Okay, you make a movie," and the next person, "Okay, you make a movie," and they didn't say, "Okay, here is the story arc that we're going for in these movies." They just let each director do their own thing, their own stories. So,
Yeah, it just went way off the rail.
Cool Cat's agreeing with you, Don.
he's always agreeing with me because I'm always right.
Yeah.
Are you referring yourself as a nerd?
No, I was just being a jackass by saying I'm always right. And then I smiled like that was a joke. I'm not always right. I like being right, but I'm not always right.
Just a majority of the time.
Just the majority of the time.
No,
He gives
no.
himself a small margin of error.
Don is the epitome of those two rules. The boss, rule number one, the boss is always right. Rule number two, if the boss is wrong, see rule number one.
The
Rule number
circular-
3, don't piss off the boss.
If you piss off the boss, you kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but speaking of the boss, my wife should be home by now, so I'm going to sign off
now.
and talk to you guys later.
But he doesn't tell her that I'm always right.
Catch you later, Donald.
Bye, Donald.
I do.
Does your wife,
I don't have to tell my wife I'm always right. She knows
does
it.
she know that?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Donald.
Somebody clip
Whatever
that. and
floats
send
your
it to her.
boat.
Donald, she knows that you're always right, huh? All right.
Yeah.
I thought it was yes, honey. Yes, dear.
No,
Yeah,
that's
she
only-
says that a lot.
That's TJ.
Oh man.
Cool
Anyway.
Cats.
Okay,
You have a good
Donald.
night,
Hey,
Donald.
thanks for popping in.
Donald, read Cool Cat's response.
I read, yeah, the sequels felt like his mom had rewritten Star Wars lore. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Someone who didn't understand it just found the toys and made up their own stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, bye.
Bye-bye.
Where Donald cracks me up.
Oh,
Mhm.
And on that note, I'm out as well.
You're leaving
Yeah,
too,
must be
David?
good.
You
Close
weren't
to that
really
time.
here to begin with. Heard you
Yeah.
say two things.
No, I was here before you. Right, it's not my fault you arrived late. You missed the whole conversation. It's your problem.
Yeah.
It's midnight in Davidtown.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
10 past midnight.
But
That's
the
what-
thing of it is David's got to get ready for the kids to come this weekend.
No,
Yeah.
I've explained this. No kids now. That's it.
I
Not
don't.
until,
Good for
not
you,
until the
David.
summer.
Okay,
Good for you,
everybody,
David.
everybody, if you believe David what he's saying, raise your hand. Nope.
But you need,
Well, I
to,
got my camera turned off.
you need to raise your hands because there's no kids now until the summer holidays. And
I
that's
can't wait
it.
till mine
next
go to
week.
camp for 2 weeks. That's gonna be fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, how's Hannah doing?
Hannah's
Yeah, but
fine.
our schools don't finish till towards the end of July.
Yeah,
Oh, your
mid-July.
schools go all the way through July?
Until mid-July.
Yeah.
Wow.
Till about
What-
the 20th of July.
But
And
we
they're
get
off-
more holidays
they're
during
off.
the year.
They're off then until like the 1st of September.
Third.
3rd
Oh,
of
it's
September.
It depends on what day the Monday is.
No,
See,
they go back
today,
on a Thursday.
today was the last day of school at
Looks like
in
they're
my
doing-
school district here.
And away we go.
And they're off now until the day after Labor Day or so, the second day after Labor Day, which is
by the way-
September.
I
Tim,
mean,
if
they
you're
get
in-
they get 3 terms, and they get a Christmas holiday and an Easter holiday, and they get a holiday halfway between summer and Christmas, another one halfway between Christmas and Easter, then
It
another
always
one
go-
halfway between Easter and summer.
Schools mainly go back on a Thursday for the new starters, and then the ones that are already at that school go back on the Friday. That's just the timetable days, and they stay
Yeah.
on the forms. And then that starts the first week of September. Then they break up in October, the last week of October, normally Halloween week. Then it's break up a week before Christmas, go back the week after January, first week of January, break up in February, go back second week of February, third week of February. Then it's Easter. Then it's Whitsuntide, as they call it, which is coincides with Springbank.
They basically
Yeah.
have to.
And then
Um, by the way, Tim, if you're listening, the servers for Fortnite will be down at 4 a.m. Eastern.
No,
for-
not again.
Sorry, Tim.
They're doing a
Hey,
Metallica update for Metallica.
Oh,
David, the
Metallica.
the
Oh,
question I
right.
had is, of all the kids that you guys have in your house periodically, are all of them in school?
yes.
Okay.
Well, no. Hannah goes college. And although her college has now officially ended for the summer, she's going to be gallivanting around Essex with her friends.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So
So
how old
is
is
she
Hannah?
going?
That's
So-
that all my
17 in a couple of weeks.
reality stuff.
She's
So-
18,
17 in a couple of weeks.
17.
So will she come back and visit Uncle David just because?
Oh, she will know.
That sounds. I was going to say that sounds like a Enid Blyton book. You know, Five Go Mad in Essex.
Why are you so mean?
Who?
You.
You not letting her come back to visit.
I didn't say I wouldn't let her come back. She's entitled to come round whenever she wants. She's 17. She can freely come and knock on the door, come for a cup of tea, whatever. But she doesn't have to be here all the time, and she won't be here all the time. She's got her own life to lead now.
Well,
That's good
she
then.
also believes that she's large and in charge, doesn't she?
Yes.
17-year-old doesn't think that.
Yeah. And then,
That's dangerous.
like I
What
said,
13-year-old doesn't think that?
Amber's going on a residential, so there's no Amber. And Matthew is practically grounded because he's just a little shit at the moment.
What did he do?
Rebecca feeds off that, so she's not far off being grounded with him.
How old is Matthew?
He's 8,
Eight.
just turned 8.
Already.
And she is how old?
Who? Rebecca,
Yeah,
nearly 6, 7.
7. Okay, so they're close enough together a year apart that she takes her lead from Matthew.
Kind of. I feel sorry for Matthew a little bit because he's like young lad with all them girls. But
Do they
Exert
pick on
his
him? Do they pick
masculinity.
on him quite a bit?
no, he picks on them.
Oh,
He's just
Okay.
going through that stage in life.
wow.
Right. And I'm
Yeah,
not-
I often wondered what the ages were with the kids that are there, you know?
well, like I
As
said,
Angel.
they're not my kids. They don't have to be here. They're not coming again for until the summer. End of story.
So has Amber started secondary school yet, or is that
No.
next year?
Next year. She goes on a residential, which is the final year of primary.
Hmm.
She's going to the Isle of Wight.
So
Oh, no.
Rebecca is you said is 7?
She's going to the Isle of Wight. The
6.
music
I gotta jump
festival's
off.
on.
I'll catch y'all later.
Okay,
Okay.
guys.
See ya.
The
She's
Isle of Wight
6 going on
festival's
7.
on. Isn't it?
Okay, well,
No,
you
it's
know,
next
I
week,
guess
isn't it?
everybody's getting antsy to get out of here.
Let's call it.
Dominic says we're gonna call it. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna hang out for another couple of minutes, but I thought, no, why don't we just call it
Okay.
now?
Yep.
Just
Hey,
do a
Joe,
Have
take
the long
care.
goodbye.
And David says everybody go to
Where?
where
Where
do
we
you
going?
want everybody to go to, David?
Anywhere they want. Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Sleep well.
Okay, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay, Mark, everybody, hey, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again in the morning.
Bye.
Yeah, deal.